Good evening. The Board of Zoning Appeals for Concord Township on June 14th, 2017 is now in session. I would like to introduce the board. To my far left is Skip Sweeney and Jim Rowe. I am Ivan Valentic. To my right is our newest member, Todd Goling, and Blair Hamilton. To our far right is Heather Freeman, our zoning inspector. Under the advice of counsel, we ask that anyone speaking tonight that they must be sworn in. So we ask that you please stand and raise your right hand. Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God? If so, say I do. Thank you. Please be seated. Tonight, when presenting your case or commenting, please be sure to come up to the microphone and for the record state your name and address. Heather, were the legal notices submitted in a timely manner?
Yes, they were.
Thank you. Tonight we have one variance appeal and two conditional use permits. A 3-vote majority is required to either approve or deny the appeal. If a request is denied, you have the right to file an appeal. If this is the case, Heather can help you with the details. Okay. First is the amended conditional use permit number 51, application number 2017-3. Mr. Ely Shamoun, representing B2B Concord LLC, is requesting an amendment to conditional use permit number 51 for outside dining in accordance with section 13.33 for Burgers to Beer for the property located at 7669 Crowell Road and being permanent parcel number 08-A-0-019-0-000-025-0. Good evening.
Good evening. I've been sworn in. I'm Ely Shimon, 231 Legacy Drive, Highland Heights, Ohio 4443.
You want to give us an update?
I mean, the fire department, with the landlord plans, moving that door on the inside where they wanted it was by Ron accepted, and that part of the fire department issues were resolved.
And just for the record, so it's clear to everybody up here, how were you able to resolve that fire department issue?
Well, Ron suggested to put an interior door on the inside with the same key that is for the front door.
Okay.
And then lockbox outside.
So you now have two access points into that room.
Mm-hmm.
That's really
one from the patio, one from the inside the restaurant.
So that interior door is the only change, and the access to it. So,
Yep.
all right, understood.
Okay. So, but you are here, so we've gotten past that issue. That was a hang-up. I'm glad we were able to resolve that.
Thank you.
But you're here for an amendment for the amount of area you need.
Well, looking at, I've been around the whole city here. You got Panini's, you got Red Hawk, and all these other places that have outdoor patios, much larger patio seating, probably twice the size of my patio, if not bigger. And we need to be in the area where I can compete with these other businesses. So we decided to, from the previous original approval, was to expand the patio to be able to fit a bar on the outside. So we went further out several feet to with Lance's approval, which is the landlord, and we plan on building an outdoor bar to accommodate an outdoor bar for the area. Nothing had changed in general in the previous plans, the ones that were originally approved for the patio, but the only difference is it went wider by several feet to accommodate the bar and the outdoor.
So looking at the site plan, you've gone 5 feet out further from the building, and it would appear you're now more than halfway across that open area between the two buildings.
Yeah, the other side of the building that they're putting, they're not. What Lance has suggested that whoever's going to take that corner spot will not be a restaurant, so will not have to be forced to put a patio on that side.
Okay. Your patio, you are playing live music. I think we talked about that before.
I mean, it's in the air. We don't know what the live music is going to be like, a hard rock band or you know, rap or anything like that. We're going to have you know, maybe a one-man show on a certain nights, jazz, maybe nothing that's going to be very loud, and it's going to be if that is going to be during the summer and when the weather's nice, and during like Saturday or Friday night. Other than that, it's just sports TVs. We're mainly like an advanced, high-tech, I don't want to say high-tech, high design sports bar, just if you want to consider it that way. I mean, if we do have any live music outside, it will be very minimal.
So live music, you're thinking is on the weekends?
Yeah, there isn't going to be anything in the weekdays, like outdoor, like music. Friday, Saturday mainly, if that.
Okay.
And if it's one of those 2 days, not both days. Unless you guys enjoy it a lot and you request for more.
You never know.
Hey, do it right, it could happen.
Is you know, one of the I guess a follow-up would be, do you think the band, I think it was in your letter, what are they, for the board, what's the operation you think for the music? Because it's the one thing, you know, I think the patio component fits with the uses here, where, you know, you start to add the band and like music, it starts to change the use a little
Well,
bit.
let me explain. We're in Concord. Okay, now if you tell me you're in downtown Cleveland, I would say, okay, 2:30 in the morning would be, you know, I mean, we close most of our restaurants, even the one in Lakewood, that is pretty, you know, a metropolitan area with a lot of people there. We shut down at 12 o'clock on weekends.
Okay.
You know, if there's a game going on and the Cavs are winning and the people are having fun and the place is still crowded, and 12:30 passes 1 o'clock, we stay open for those. I mean, for those special events. You know, we're planning on, right now, we're not planning on, I don't think, right around here, you're gonna have a lot of people going out after 12 o'clock at night. Unless you have a special event where people are gonna be, you know, coming purposely for that reason. But other than that, most of our businesses is over between 11 and 12 o'clock.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say that we might open on a Friday, Saturday until 2:30 because we have a D5 license, which allows us to do that. But I'm gonna try it out and see. If I don't see anything, why should I waste my money on labor and electric, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Did I see in here somewhere that you said even though it could go to 2 or 2:30, the music would stop at 12?
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have anything. I mean, anything happens after 12 o'clock isn't good, okay? So, it's true.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, anything, you know, my father always told me, if anything happens after 12, 90% of the time, it's not good. So, we try to stay in the area. We want to keep our reputation where it is like we are in Highland Heights and Lakewood. We're known more of a family sports bar. We're not we might be the hangout where people come in and have a few drinks after work. It's not going to be where it's going to be like a rowdy nightclub or a rowdy place where we don't want that. You know, when that happens, we stop it immediately. It's you know, Concord is a respectable area. I mean, we're not going to turn it into a place where you guys are going to be against me after a few weeks, you know.
Would you be willing to make that one of the conditions is that the music would be limited to the weekends until midnight?
You could do that.
Yeah, okay. It's just in 13.3.
And music and like live bands.
The live music.
Yeah, I can have my speakers on. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to turn them on loud, but you know.
The live music.
Would they not have any music during the week, though?
A live music during the week. If he doesn't want it, they
Oh, yeah.
would limit it to the weekend, yeah.
That's perfectly fine with me. I wasn't planning on having any other nights. Unless you want me to do a country night on Thursday.
I'm like,
Put one of those, you know, bowls.
Oh, the only reason I mention is because Red Hawk normally has live music during the week as well, but they wrap up about 9:30.
I mean, yeah, 9:30?
Yeah.
I mean, you could put a limitation, no live music during the week past 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, and then no live music, live music on weekends allowed past that point. And I'll be okay with that.
Okay. I mean, I just, looking at a lot of the sections of 13.33, that was just the one that jumped out at me, that I just wanted to talk through. Anyone else have any other questions?
No. I mean, it's a fair thing to do.
Is this thing gonna be open? What happens in the winter with everything out there?
It's gonna be fun.
Is it gonna stay open, parts of it, or?
Well, it's, I was speaking to Heather earlier that the actual awning company that's doing the exterior design is out of Columbus, Ohio. And they're sourcing all the, first time in Ohio actually, they're sourcing the first canopy design, but it's not an actual fabric, from Italy. And it'll be here in Concord, and they're using my store as a model to actually take pictures and then use it on their website to sell the new technology. And it's a retractable rooftop, so it closes down when it's raining and it seals water shut, and there's drainage system to it, and it opens up when it's nice and sunny. And then the side have plastic covers, and if it's really rainy, the plastic cover come down so people don't get splashed.
Okay.
High tech, all fans on the inside, lighting, and the hang TVs. It's really heavy structure. So
Okay.
only in Concord.
Well, that's it.
There's a certain area that we're not going to cover, which is where the one area we're going to put an outdoor all-weather pool table for people that want to go play pool, and then when the weather's nice. We're not going to put any games inside the restaurant. That's it.
Okay. I think you're all set.
Thank you.
Please be seated, and let's see, is there anyone else speaking against or for this appeal that'd like to come up? If there's no further questions, the public hearing for conditional use permit number 51 is now closed to the public. I will entertain a motion to approve conditional use permit number 51.
So move.
Second. Okay, it's been moved in second. It's open for discussion on the board.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
not to interrupt the proceeding, but I just want to make sure we reflect the conditions that we just talked about. The approval of the conditional use permit as amended reflects those additional conditions, both set forth and discussed by you regarding outdoor music. All right?
Yeah, well, so when we pass a motion, that the motion includes the
Agreed upon conditions as agreed to by the applicant, number one, and also as set forth in the letter that was submitted by him to Heather Freeman regarding questions about the outdoor dining and outdoor music.
Okay, thank you, Mike.
And then lastly, that as part of the conditional use permit as amended, the current site plan that was submitted on May 30 of 2017 be incorporated as one of the conditions, which is what he submitted.
Yeah, the site plan that was in our package.
Yep. That's what we're dealing with in terms of the amendment.
Yeah, because so this will be, this drawing that's A1, and I think it was last revised date of 11/18/16 will be the limits of the conditional use permit that's provided
Right.
for the patio.
I don't know if that's acceptable. This is their letter.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Mr. Chairman, could you clarify that just for the applicant?
Sure.
So I understand
So
what
we
you're
have
saying?
three things that we're going to amend your approval for. One is that you're going to meet all the conditions that in the letter that you provided.
Which is Oh, the condition, oh, the letter?
Yeah.
Okay.
That you're gonna meet all those requirements. The second is that, music would be, live music during the week would cease at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
And on the weekends would cease at midnight.
That's fine.
And then that this is the approved plan by this board going forward.
This is the most recent one I gave you?
Yes.
May 3rd?
Then,
Yeah.
then the door.
Yeah, well, that's the most recent one I gave you. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, with the two-door, yeah. That ties you down to, this dimension and this size of patio.
Okay.
That's why that needs to be, part
Yeah,
of the.
exactly the same.
Okay.
I won't go an extra half foot, don't worry. Maybe I'll steal it.
Mike's gonna be watching.
I'll just have a wrong
They just
measurement.
look different, that's all.
That's the old.
Oh, okay. Okay, got it.
Okay, you're agreeable to all those terms?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Mike, for your assistance.
You're welcome.
So, for discussion,
No. Not here.
nothing to move in.
Nice, nice design.
Anything on this side? That,
Nothing to add, no.
okay. With that said, the question is on the approval of appeal conditional use permit number 51, with the conditions we just stated, that the applicant will meet all the requirements that they stated in the letter, that the live music will cease at 10 o'clock during the week and cease at midnight on the weekend, and that the plan that was submitted today is the approved limits for the conditional use permit. And these are all, that map is included in the packet this evening. A yes vote is for the approval of the conditional use permit, and no vote denies the conditional use permit. Heather, please call a vote.
Mr. Sweeney?
Yes?
Mr. Hamilton?
Yes.
Mr. Rowe?
Yes.
Mr. Galling?
Yes?
And Mr. Valente?
Yes. Congratulations, your conditional use permit has been approved. Thank you. Thank you for your patience.
Appreciate it. Hope to see you there.
For sure.
Before you leave, see Heather before you go today. Let's see, okay, get this one out of the way. All right, next on the agenda is variance number 2017-11. Mr. Dan Diorudis, representing Riga Restaurant Group Ltd., DBA Pizza Roto, is requesting a variance from section 13.33E to allow for an outside dining area to have a seating capacity that is 67% of the restaurant seating capacity indoors, in lieu of the maximum 25% allowed for the property located at 7685 Corral Road, and being permanent parcel number 08-A-19-0-00-025-0. Good evening.
Hi, I've been sworn in. My name is Dan P. Robertus, 5801 South River Road, Madison, Ohio.
So the first, we're going to go through your variance, if you want to just walk us through that request.
Yeah, from 13 and a half people to 38, 36 or 38, I don't know what I looked down. It's been a while. Your 25% of my interior seating, which is 54 people, is what you're showing in your resolution. I like more than 13.
How many total square feet is the interior?
2840. I believe I'm allowed up to, how many here there? 180? The plans said 180 in them?
For your occupancy?
Yeah.
I'm not sure the building department's going to
Yeah.
dictate that.
We have 54 seats on the interior.
Okay.
We have no live music or anything. We eat pizza.
Were you aware of the zoning prior to choosing this location for the restaurant, knowing that there would be restrictions on the outdoor patio?
We were told that we could have an outside patio. Nobody said that there was a 25% of the restriction on the seating. I think that some landlords and people should be made aware of that. Okay, I don't know whether they should know or they should be made aware, but I think that as we signed the agreement, nobody said, hey, by the way, you can only have 13 people on your patio. We haven't changed the plans for it at all either. It's what was originally in the plans, in your civil drawings.
You know, I guess when I looked at the sections of that 13, I guess 13.33, my my only concern, and I guess my interpretation is B on that section that says no outdoor dining areas shall be permitted to occupy or interfere with traffic circulation, required parking areas, or pedestrian access. So when I look at the plan that was provided, I guess my concern would be there's a few parking spaces right along
There are.
that patio area, and their immediate ingress and egress to the restaurant would be along the side of Pizza Roto. Is there any way to pinch or squeeze the patio space so that you could still keep a small walkway at the end of the parking areas? I mean, the other concern is if you have it fenced, that the cars are going to overhang and potentially damage your fencing.
I'm going to put, Lance has said he'd put bumper blocks out there to keep the cars from going into farther in that area. So the front bumpers won't go into the patio area or hit his fence, which will be on the perimeter of it.
Okay. So do you think you could tighten up that area, maybe expand it, make it a little bit longer, so you could get a walkway along there? So if somebody parks at the end of that aisle, they can walk along the sidewalk?
Making the area longer and narrower would require civil drawings, is my understanding. I don't have a problem with that at all, if I can make it longer. I would have to check with the landlord and find out if he wants to do that.
Okay.
Or I would have to pay for the extra concrete, which would cut into the landscape planning area, which is all green.
Yeah, we don't have the landscape plan with us, so I can't remember
It's grass.
what it all looked like before.
It's grass on that south side of the building, from the end of the patio to the end of the building.
I had that same concern regarding the parking area being directly adjacent with cars facing right into the patio. I'm trying to think of other areas in Concord where that's a situation that's somehow been addressed.
Sunnyside? Is there something similar at Sunnyside? With the patio, and it seems to me that, you know what I'm talking about? But I think there's a measure of a walkway there.
Yeah, there's a sidewalk there.
Yeah,
It's-
yeah, I think there's a little separation, but it's the same type of, if I recall.
I agree with our chairman that I would like to see some buffer or something between the parking lot and where tables are established right adjacent.
Okay.
Do we have any measurements, like what's the width of this patio and the length of the patio?
15 by 40.
15 by 40.
All right, so that's
Which comes
15.
out 585 square feet.
15 wide, 40 feet following the building.
So
You'd have to pinch it to maybe 12 feet wide or?
So 15's maybe like from me to the wall, I'm thinking. And you got 4 tops over there, and 4
I
tops
was
right
running
here.
square tables, 4 tops along,
Yeah,
as I'm showing there. And it's possible I could pinch it. I'd have to go back to the drawing board and see if we could pinch it. If you want me to start at the edge and bring the fencing in 3 feet from the edge. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, so there's a
12 by
clear point
40.
then. Yeah, I think you'd have to
do you have
somebody-
outdoor I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Do you have outdoor at your other locations?
I do.
Patios?
I do.
Anything
Parking
comparable?
runs parallel to it. Nothing parks into it.
Okay. Sorry.
No, I would, I mean, it just jumped out at me. I think there should be some kind of buffer there, a walk, so somebody that parks in one of those 10 spaces can get out, walk along this edge and come into shop or eat at one of the locations. And if it need to go longer, then maybe need.
Three
to
of those
decide, like-
spaces are dedicated to us for pizza pickup.
Even more, I mean, in my opinion, even more reason to be able to get off of there and get into the restaurant to pick up, right?
So just pizza pickup, parking spots only?
Not all of them.
3 of them.
3 of them, I'm pretty sure 3. So are we talking about number of people at this point, or are we talking about conditional use permit at this point? Where are we on this right now?
Yeah, just so we're
I'm
clear.
a
on this.
little lost myself.
Well, yeah, I think a lot of the concerns that the board's addressing now, although they're triggered by the seating, outdoor seating
Okay.
and that, they're gonna be within the conditional permit
Sure.
portion of this. Because I was about to ask you, because right now, we're here for that variance portion of it.
Right.
Which, notwithstanding the suggestions and dialogue regarding changes in that, that still does not affect and remains constant your 67% request, correct?
Right.
Okay, I just want to make sure we're clear on that. And by the way, those changes that are discussing, which are going to ultimately be included in the conditional use permit
Right.
process,
I understand.
those changes don't have any impact at all on the percentage that you're requesting the variance for, is that
Right, I'll
correct?
probably be able to get the same amount of people on that, and if I can talk to the landlord about extending the length of the patio to make it longer.
Okay.
You know, once again, to operate and have that out there, there needs to be some seating.
Okay.
You know, and we'd like to keep it in that range.
All right.
We see that the Concord people do like to sit outside. It's very, very out there. We see it at all the places. I mean, they do like to sit outside. And so we're finding in Madison at our other location that they're seating outside as well. I can't believe you'd sit outside in 88 degrees and eat a pizza. It just doesn't sit right with me.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's what they're doing. And so we're just trying to give them, you know, benefit both of us.
I apologize, Mr. Chairman, I just
No.
wanted to clarify that for the record.
No,
Two
so-
separate components.
Mike, so when we approve this, we're not approving it based on the plan that's submitted, we're approving on the request for the 67% variance and the approximately 595.
Right.
That's correct. And then the next portion, item enumerated paragraph 3, is the permit itself. And that's where we're going to be talking about the plan and the changes of the new proposal. Okay?
Okay, thank you. Does anyone else have any other questions here on the board?
No.
Okay, thank you, you can be seated.
Am I coming back after you?
Yeah, we have to do them one at a time, I apologize, but that's how it goes.
Take a rest for a couple minutes.
Yeah, take a break. Is there anyone else that's here speaking for or against this appeal? Or this variance? If not, then this is, so variance number 2017-11 is now closed to the public. Is there any further discussion from the board? We hashed it all out.
They're all hashed.
None.
Okay, so I'll entertain a motion to approve variance number 2017-11.
So moved.
Second.
The variance number 2017-11 has been moved in second. I guess now we're supposed to discuss it. The question is on the approval of variance number 2017-11. A yes vote is for the approval of the variance. A no vote denies it. The variance is not changing, is submitted. It's a 67% with approximately square footage that equates to about 585 square feet.
Right.
Heather, please call the vote.
Mr. Galling?
Yes.
Mr. Rowe?
Yes.
Mr. Sweeney?
Yes.
Mr. Hamilton?
Yes.
Mr. Valente?
Yes,
Passed.
your variance has been passed. Thank you. All right. Then next on the agenda is conditional use permit 2017-4. Mr. Dan Giroudis is representing Riga Restaurant Group Ltd. DBA Pizza Roto is requesting conditional use permit for outside dining in accordance with section 13.33 for the property located at 7685 Cryle Road and being permanent parcel number 08-A-019-0-0-025-0. Please come back up. Again, you've been sworn in.
I've been sworn in. My name is Dan D. Robertus, 5801 Southridge Road, Madison, Ohio,
All right.
representing Riga Restaurant Group.
I never know when Mike's gonna hit me with something like that. So,
Getting back to where we were.
where we were. So on the conditional use permit, we've approved the amount, the variance. So now, when we go through 13.33, when I looked at it, is your outdoor dining continuous with the principal building? Yes, like you hit in my opinion, they were all met. The excessive noise, you talked about that, that's taken care of. The one that jumped out to me was, again, B, which required pedestrian access.
Okay.
And I feel like the patio that's shown interrupts that pedestrian access.
If that's a problem, then we'll shrink the patio or lengthen the patio. We'll
Okay.
shrink it towards the building. The square footage of the concrete's still going to be there at 15 feet.
Yes.
To follow the plans, okay? And the parking area is going to be over there.
Right.
There's probably still going to be bumper blocks over there too. It would be not good if you had the parking there and had this walkway and there were cars there. Okay, so we're still going to probably have to put the bumper blocks there. Leaving a 3-foot wide access along that way is what you're looking for, and I'm willing to do that, and I'm sure that the landlord is willing to do that. Lengthening the patio, the only thing I can say is I'll ask them, but are you in approval of me doing that?
Yeah, I would be in approval as long as it doesn't exceed the variance amount we provided. Your patio amount of that 585 square feet is only the concrete that's in the fenced area. That's considered your
Correct.
patio.
Okay.
So if you elongate it as long as you want.
To meet that square footage.
To meet that square footage.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
Okay.
Okay.
You agree to that condition?
If I can get the landlord to agree, which I'm sure he will, the question is who's paying for the concrete? That would be the question. And that's between him and I. Unless everybody wants to chip in. No.
Any takers?
Not gonna.
It's a short week for me.
It's a GoFundMe.
So, yeah, I can discuss with him tomorrow. It'll either be lengthened or the patio area will be smaller.
Okay. Anyone else have anything? Comments or questions?
No.
Okay,
We're good?
we're good. I'm going to ask if there's anyone else speaking for or against this appeal, which there doesn't seem to be. So the public hearing for conditional use permit number 2017-4 is not closed to the public. I will entertain a motion to approve conditional use permit 2017-4 with the additional condition that the patio will be shrunken to provide a 3-foot clear access along the curb line, but may be extended into the lawn area, but will not exceed the 67% that was approved in the variance.
You mean the 500
Square foot, yeah.
67%, which is 585 square feet.
67% is
That's the
5 feet.
67%
is the people, seating
See,
ratio.
okay, I'm sorry.
Right.
It'd be
The
120
Yeah, just
square
for the
feet
record, again, the
of concrete.
67% deals with the seating capacity,
Okay.
and not the spatial area.
Okay, the 585 square feet, thank you. So that is, so again, I'm gonna entertain a motion to approve conditional use permit 21-7-4 with condition that the area will be shrunken and that the patio will be expanded and will still meet the variance request of 585 square feet. And provide
Mr. Chairman, can we modify that to just stipulate that we have a 3-foot walkway between the parking area, end of the parking lot, and where the patio begins? And that he can make it any length that he wants as long as he stays within the total square footage previously prescribed in
Okay,
his plan,
And provides that walkway.
and provides a walkway, right?
okay. So the condition will be that the applicant will provide a 3-foot walkway along the, a 3-foot clear walkway along the curb line, and that the length of the patio, it's at his discretion, but the total square footage will meet the previous variance that was approved.
Right.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve?
So move.
Second?
Second? Second.
Okay, all right. We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion from the board? If not, we're gonna
Nope.
push this forward. Okay. Question is on approval of conditional use permit 2017-4 with an additional amendment as we just described a few times. A yes vote is for the approval of the conditional use permit, a no vote denies the conditional use permit. Heather, please call a vote.
Mr. Speedy?
Yes.
Mr. Rowe?
Yes.
Mr. Valente?
Yes.
Mr. Hamilton?
Yes.
Mr. Gallo?
Yes.
Thank you, your conditional use permit has been approved.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda is the approval of minutes. Call for a motion to approve the minutes from July 12th, 2017. Second, anyone?
Second. The
Um,
only ones over here, right?
yeah. Well, do you two have any discussion in regards to the minutes? Mike wasn't here either, so he doesn't have anything.
No.
No discussion. All right. The question is on the approval of the minutes for July 12th. A yes vote approves the minutes and no vote does not. All in favor of approving the minutes, say yes.
Did you say
Yes.
July 12th?
12th,
Oh, I'm sorry,
May 10th.
May
May.
10th.
Yes,
Copy,
May.
paste.
May. I don't know what I was thinking. May. I'm trying to get through this. The question is for the approval of the minutes for May. A yes vote approves the minutes of, a no vote does not. All in favor of approving the minutes as written, say yes.
Yes.
Yes, all right, the minutes have been approved for May 2017 as written. Our meeting for June 14, 2017, the Board of Zoning Appeals is now closed. Thank you.